Hello everyone, today is Sunday, February 21st. I want to give you a recap of what happened last week. And as you can see the pictures, this is one of the most critical event in U.S. this week. Texas is a blackout, and the picture showing the refinery, powerful refinery, which is the largest refinery in Texas, and I believe in the United States as well. They actually have to shut down because of the storm and the freeze. Monday was a holiday, so the market has a short week. U.S. stock edged higher as Treasury Secretary Yellen pushes for more stimulus. Although Friday ended lower on Nasdaq, which is down 0.4%, and S&P 500 down 7.26 points, ending 3906.71. Overall this week, the index can use the term do nothing, but surely has high volatility. Dow Jones Industrial Average has up 45 points, which is 0.15% to 31504.13, and Nasdaq is down about 1% at 13929.20. Initial unemployment claims was 861,000, which was a lot higher than analysts expect of 773,300. A congressional hearing on the GameStop freeze took place Thursday, and GameStop shares dropped to 40.56, ending of a week. Many of these short squeeze stocks have already pulled back to more normal level. U.S. stocks rebounded from a 3-day losing streak after Janet Yellen advocated for more stimulus spending. The price of doing too little is much higher than the price of doing something big, Yellen said. That actually is a statement that I really like. So they advocated the Congress to pass a 1.9 trillion stimulus bill. Bitcoin hit all-time highs, $55,000. Facebook has decided this week to block news on its platform in Australia after lawmakers proposed legislation that would force it to pay publishers for content and got global backlash, and share has dropped to $261.56. Data released this week by Europe Statistics Service attribute the shift to a 5.6% increase in imports from China and a 2.2% increase in exports. Oil prices were lower. A rare brunt of frigid winter weather in Texas helped calibrate U.S. oil above $60 a barrel for the first time since January 2020. But by end of the week, West Texas intermediate crude fell as much as 2.54% to $59.98 per barrel after the Texas blackout. Gold ended lower as 1,780.20 per ounce. EV stocks such as NIO and XPEV Xpeng continue to tumble below 50 days average. Chevron and Horizon gained after Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway revealed new investment in the companies, while Apple stock dropped to $129.87 from week highs of $135. Fastly has reported smaller losses than anticipated and stronger revenue, but the stock dropped 13% and ended at $80.68. On Friday, Uber shares fell after UK Supreme Court ruling that its drivers and employees should pay enjoy benefit. Nova's stock jumped 10% after it linked a global supply deal to provide more doses of vaccine. The market pulled back, but probably considered as normal and healthy. Despite market hit record highs, JP Morgan still think the S&P 500 can rally another 12% this year as U.S. consumer spending exploded for 7 reasons. This came from JP Morgan, not me, okay? Strategists led by Dobrovo Lacroix-Bujols, I don't even know if I say the name right, pardon me, believes that S&P 500 target will go up as 12%. I'm just going to share the reason they have, but please bear in mind that it's not, I don't necessarily agree with them. Swift reopening. Tumbling COVID-19 cases count and continued vaccine rollout place the U.S. economy mere months away from reopening much of its economy, well, which is quite true. New stimulus. Roughly $30 trillion in stimulus has aimed the global economy through the pandemic, and Democrats are charging on with effort to approve another $1.9 trillion package. I do not know if you believe this big number, but this is more for you to research. I only love to raise a couple of questions. Where does money go? Did the money give the hands to those who need help? So I don't know. I really don't know the 30 trillion where this come about. Pet up savings. U.S. households are sitting on record cash reserve with savings totaling about 11 trillion, according to J.P. Morgan Bank. Ballooning wealth. J.P. Morgan estimates raising values across home equity, pensions, and 401k plans will add up to 48 trillion in total net worth. So apparently, for those people who have 401k, yes, it should have go up because of the market rally. That should help. And also, it was always saying that the housing value also gone up. So that should help the people who are rich, but not the poor people, unfortunately. Healthy, healthy household debt level. American will also become a pandemic with robust balance sheet. The debt service ratio sit at 4-decade low, and the delinquency rate for consumer loan are at historical levels. That's probably true. The people who are actually, that was one of the debate whether the money was given out to and who should get in it for this round of the stimulus from Biden, because the people who had the money already don't really need the $1,400 extra. And there was a question whether really the needing people get the money. So this is something again for you to judge and research and think about it, whether these numbers properly, published by the government statistic of those universities in the U.S. What are the rationale, how they look at the market as healthy or the economy is improving as a whole. Improving job market. Well, this one I don't really agree too much. A falling unemployment rate, growing average work week, and possible higher minimum wage will all contribute to a healthier labor market as the strategy set. I don't know if this strategy, from the perspective supporting $15 minimum wage or not, but I personally don't. So but I'm not going to get into this. This is the one I'm mostly concerned with. I don't argue the number. The job unemployment number definitely was better than last year March or June timeline. That was the worst. But the job market remains very sluggish. Salary for experienced workers are much lower, potentially 25 to 50% lower than what it was previously. What I meant by that is, if you are looking for jobs right now, you will find and you will know what I mean. So I hope government really will do their homework and don't just tell people that there are more jobs out there. I wouldn't dispute that, but at the same time, there seems to have quite a bit of problem. Number one, the scam and fraud out there. Number two, that people applying for job, the company decide to hold back and say, hey, we don't know where budget issue or whatsoever. So they actually don't hire and freeze and change their mind. And also the hiring process is very painful at the moment. You take 3 interviews for some, bigger size company which pay supposedly a little bit better. You also, for the application form, you require a lot more information, and sometimes you're more personal than previously in the past, which I'm not sure that's a good thing. So and then at the moment, that estimated still 22 million Americans are looking for job. And last week, the unemployment initial jobless claim number actually worse than previous 3 weeks. So I hope again, I'm not going to judge on that, but I think in the world it's always there's some people will gain from the government policy, and some people suffer from it. So just for you to see what can do the best and how you can influence the decision making there. Millennium pump, a record 5 million millennials will reach the inflection point seeking home ownership. This number I'm not sure how accurate it is. I mean, sometimes they just saying there's so many people out there and they think those people will buy a house. Well, it's a true statement. People can rent an apartment, they don't buy houses. So I don't know. I wouldn't dispute the 5 million potential number, but the question I'm asking is, are there really the 5 million people going to buy a house, right? That's something to think about. The market has finished most of the earnings so far did represent positive solid outcome. Depending on the Asian market, Europe market, how it started on Monday, US set up for a week to have a good momentum going high. However, as I've always told you, if you bought a stock in end of December and went through January, February, which will be very robust, especially the first week of February, you should have very good return, maybe a 25 to 30% return. You can also watch one of my videos that I told you the stock that I recommended in 3 weeks, how much return they were actually generating, which was very good. And again, those are not very, kind of penny stock, small stock that driving that type of return. Something to note about. This is a quite good time to capitalize gains and wait an opportunity to buy it on a dip. NVDIA, Salesforce, Best Buy will be reporting earnings this week. I don't have any inside information, but since gaming industry and cell phones were very robust during the pandemic, the earning probably will exceed expectations. Salesforce always has historically been beating expectations, so I think this time is not going to be an exception. Along with the earnings, Salesforce probably will announce the progress of the acquisition of Slacker and future outlook. So this could be potentially positive, and just Salesforce stock can potentially going up higher. Best Buy is always benefit and probably benefit from Christmas online shopping, so may report higher than expected earning as well. However, investors need to be careful and not make assumption the robust earnings driving the price stock shares higher. So we have seen in the past Apple reporting robust earning, FANG stock were doing very well reporting. Yes, it was shocked at very after hours earning, but then the following day actually tip back, and then you have some volatility after that. So don't make the assumption that having a robust earning definitely will make the stock go and bet on that. I personally would never buy stock trying to bet and say, hey, the earning gonna be great. So if I buy now and the stock reporting earning great, I will make money in XYZ, just a couple of days, few days, a week, whatever, with XYZ% of return. I mean, you are actually essentially taking the bet, right? But if the stock is fundamental, you have future, yes, you can buy it like that, and then you may have to see through another 3 months or whatever time period that generate the return you expected. In other words, I don't think there's such a thing called fast money, right? What is the support to drive Bitcoin or other commodity higher? So the other thing to think about, I think it's a little risk if you believe what Wall Street tells you that Bitcoin maybe in the future will be replacing US dollars or go up to $100,000, or there was a JP Morgan, whoever strategies are focusing maybe $146,000 a Bitcoin. I mean, this is outrageous. So I'm not saying it's not going to happen, right? Time is the best proof, but you are an intelligent investor. You got to absorb and understand the risk. Well, as likelihood that Bitcoin can go up, you can go back down to $10,000. So you got to be careful about it. I bought a stock called BITW. I mean, you got now we're probably going up to $120 for no reason, but I bought $190. I lost quite a bit of money on that one. It's a lesson learned on that. So something to be careful. And the stock was $190, dropped to $50 the lowest. Now you rebounded last week for the last couple of days, Thursday, Friday, you rebound back to $120 from I think $70, wherever. So if I were to buy more at $50, and average out, probably will be balancing out and don't have a loss. But again, it's kind of risky. So I decide even with other stock I make good money, I just sell it at a loss. So something to be careful. How you can buy fraction of the Bitcoin now. But you got to make sure you're able to afford the potential losses, right? You can't just keep thinking gain. What if you're actually going the other way around, right? You can watch my previous video to get some of the recommended stock lists. I'll probably get a few more for you guys to review and consider. Again, I hope people who are having water problem will be able to resolve it soon. I know Texas have some places for people to pick up free water, and power will be fully restored and should be by now, and government will take this as a lesson learned and look at how New York done it and other countries such as Canada and China handle this type of problem, because they are green energy, right? They're using this type of alternative energy, so why don't they have the problem? Or they do, actually they do, but they are able to really resolve it much quicker, or they have backup power, right? So this is just, again, I can only say what I think, but somebody need to, there are a lot of really smart people, really well-educated people in America. The only problem is that they got to put their act together, right, and make things happen. That is always, I find in life, the hardest pieces. You can say whatever you want in life, but if you don't do it, you're never going to make it a better place to be, better world to live. Have a great and wonderful week. Hope everybody will enjoy this week and make money. Again, please give me a like or give me feedback, and we're trying to get back to you. Thank you.